start to fade that in the back. That is our theme song, St. Ricketts, with Fire Cannot Burn, www.saintricketts.com. And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. And we are ready for a brand new edition of the Yo Show. You. I just couldn't decide at what point I wanted to shut the music off because I love it so much. Again, St. Ricketts, www.saintricketts.com with Fire Cannot Burn. Jeff the Shark Perini with you here again on another great Wednesday night live. Joe Simmons says, yo, what's up, Joe? He'll catch up on Hot Dog tonight. We'll see Brian Harvey. Brian Harvey had him early tonight after last week beating us up alcoholically. Yeah. Jeff the Shark Perini with me as always on our program. The co-hostess with the absolute mostest. The sister from another mister. And by golly, the goddamn most beautiful woman in all podcast, webcast, broadcast, radio, Jewel Tatey, ladies and gentlemen. Jewel Tatey, good evening.
Won't go that far. Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. And you know I go that far. I do. Yeah. I'm all about the Jewel Tatey thing here on the Yo Show. Thank you, everybody, that joined us. We're going to have a lot of people viewing in and out, a lot of comments already coming up. We love it. And why not? Because tonight we have an amazing guest. Amazing guest we already had the pleasure of kind of chatting with. We had her on. God, we had her on 3 years ago. Man, it seems like yesterday.
It really does.
3 years ago since we last had her on. We had her strictly through audio. But tonight we have audio and video. She laughed and said, that's great. I like it even better. I like seeing the faces. You all know her as Chelsea from 2.5 Men. She's been on Shameless, plenty of Lifetime movies, The Waterboy, you name it. Tons of great stuff. She's beautiful. She's just a sweetheart. And she will be here tonight. Jennifer Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, we clap. Steve Stumpo wants to know where his wife is, a.k.a. our guest tonight. Jennifer is married. I'm sorry. Well, we'll drop some kind words tonight here on the Yo Show. She is lovely. She came in early to check up, make sure things are ready to go. Spoke briefly, as she said, it's up to us. We can either start the show right off with her, or you people could be stuck with 20 minutes of us acting like jackasses. We chose the latter, of course, 20 minutes of us acting like jackasses. Jennifer Clues in the house. Jen, what is up? Good evening. Thanks for tuning in again. Jennifer is an outstanding singer. Of course, we catch her a lot of times with the Kirko Brothers Band. She is sensational. She's a big fan of the show. We thank you very much for coming in, commenting, and joining us. It's going to be great tonight, Joel. I'm so excited. So many people are like, they see the face. If they name Jennifer Taylor, people are like, they start to think. And then they see the face. Like, oh, yeah, the Waterboy. Oh, yeah, 2.5 Men. Oh, yeah, Shameless. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it's awesome. She's one of those faces, Jewel.
She is. Everyone knows her. Everyone is so excited. So thank you all for tuning in. Now, I'm sure they'll be filling in as people see her face.
Yeah, probably. Tonight, real quick, before we get anything started, big shout out to one of our sponsors, one of our carriers here on the show. It is one of my partnerships as well. It is Loso Brewing Company. Of course, that is www.losobrewingcompany.com. I am drinking their beer tonight, the Hazy Dragon. And the reason why I am so excited to advertise it is because the biggest sports bar in all of Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, that's right, Chickies and Pete's Sports Bar, now has it on tap. A brand new location for us. Loso Brewing Company, the Hazy Dragon, now on tap at Chickies and Pete's Sports Bar. This is the Warrington location, 500 Easton Road, Warrington, PA. Check out www.losobrewingcompany.com. And the word's going out to all the Chickies, and before you know it, the biggest name in town, Chickies, might be all carrying Loso beer. Jewel, we're very excited.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge, especially in our area. Like, everyone knows that Chickies is the place to be. So congratulations. And man, beer, show, Jeff is doing 2020 the right way.
Amen. I almost feel bad because a lot of people are, 2020 sucks this and 2020 sucks that. And meanwhile, we got Jewel and I, if you don't remember, I'll put the banner up again. Jewel and I got voted by the Los Angeles Weekly Times and the New York Weekly Times as one of the top 50 webcast, podcast, radio shows of 2020, and that's nationwide. The editors picked it out, and they put us on this list, Jewel, and I thank you. I thank everybody that watches. A lot of viewers already tonight. What do you think? I mean, describe it to me real quickly, because Jennifer Taylor's going to be on like around 20 after 8 tonight. So, of course, we need a lot of time for her, but how's it feel?
It's just amazing to, be recognized from anyone. We started this thing about 3 years ago, me and you anyway, and we built it into this thing that we love and we couldn't imagine living without. And it's just fun for us. And we love giving you guys great content and great music and great people. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And we're honored over here. I mean, that's pretty big news.
Absolutely, totally is. Caught us by surprise again. Thank you to everybody out there. And thank you to everybody on the list. And the top of the list are our good man, Jimmy Starr, his partner, Ron Russell, Eileen Shapiro, Sherry Nelson, the whole gang over there that helps push us and helps us bring you great content. We like doing this. Speaking of great content, my man, Max Scanish, came in with the Devil Horns. We had Max's song last week. Thank you, Jen Himes. He said, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. I love everybody coming out tonight. Max's band is Surrender Dorothy. We played one of their songs last week. We got one on cue again this week, Max, Reason to Believe. So if we have time, we're going to get that in to get tonight as well. Surrender Dorothy is the band. My good man, Max Scanish. Slowed down a little bit by COVID. They will be back soon. Jed Chris, give Jessica my number. You mean Jennifer? Jennifer, oh my God. The Flutters. Jennifer Taylor is probably going to leave our episode tonight with about 500 numbers.
Sorry, Jen.
Including mine. Hey, I mean, she's awesome and everybody knows it. But she'll be on around 23. Let's do a top 5 list, Jewel. Let's get to it. We got no time tonight to be slow. Just got to keep firing it out tonight. We have a top 5 list. It's kind of in honor of Jennifer Taylor because Jennifer's done so many these awesome supporting roles. She joined the cast of great shows that makes him even better. Her characters are always great. So I wanted to give us something tonight, kind of honor her top 5 favorite supporting role characters. So these are not the main star. Like it's not like Jerry Seinfeld, but it's like, people on Seinfeld or etc. Stuff like that. And I actually have a tie to start us off. Julie usually likes when I go first. I got a tie at number 5. And of course, it is Chelsea from 2.5 Men, Jennifer Taylor. Love that character. I'm telling you, Jewel, this past weekend, there was the usual 2.5 Men marathon on TV Land. It was all Jennifer Taylor, Chelsea episodes. Loved it. Laughed. My wife said, there she is. And my dog was even watching. My dog parks right in front of the TV and he was watching. He's just that excited. So
panting.
Panting. Give her my number. Woof, woof. Great stuff. Also tied at number 5 from Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, Gus Fring. Gus was an awesome character. Love that. I mean, he kind of owned it. The few seasons he was on, awesome bad guy, great character. Gus Fring, number 5, tied with Chelsea. Number 4, Aunt Jackie from Roseanne. I feel like Roseanne, Aunt Jackie was so good, and she was always up for awards, always up for Emmy Awards and stuff every year. And she's just so great. Derek Coons, good evening. Thank you for joining us, Derek Coons. We'd love having you here on the show as well. Number 3 on the list of the top 5 supporting roles. Now, back in the day before he had his own television show, George Jefferson was dominant on All in the Family. He was terrific as the neighbor, and he was so funny, and he would be kind of the combatant racial jokes that Archie had, and the two of them would always kind of bounce.
They would go at it, yeah.
Oh, they would go at it, and it was awesome. And then he ended up getting his own show from it, of course. So number 3 is George Jefferson from the All in the Family days. Number 2, one a lot of our viewers may not even remember. I'm old enough to remember. It was Carlton the Doorman from the old Rhoda show with Valerie Harper.
Rhoda!
Yeah, and Carlton the Doorman, you never saw his face, but you would hear his voice, and he would talk through the intercom and make just great jokes, and he was always very monotone. Ended up getting his own cartoon series briefly after that, then lasted long. But Carlton the Doorman, number 2, legendary. Number 1, it's easy. It's Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld. Giddy up. It is just the best. Kramer's just the best. Like, people said, well, he was a star of the show. Well, no, not in the beginning. It was Jerry. It was Seinfeld. And it was about Jerry and George, which was about Jerry and Larry David. And then Kramer was kind of an add-on, but he kind of dominated the program. It was a different George at first. And at the beginning, Jed just said it was a different George Jefferson. It was actually his brother in the beginning. It wasn't actually George. And then Sherman Hemsley joined the cast. Jewel Tatey, your top 5. Let's hit it. I'm excited.
Maybe you'll give me some leeway because one of mine is probably, well, 2 of mine are probably included in the cast. But, you know, when there's like group casts like that,
yeah,
you can do a one-off, right? Like, all right, just go with me. Great list, though. Love Kramer on that show. He didn't make it. He was just so funny. Number 5, Sarah Paulson in the many characters she played on American Horror Story. I mean, she is like the ultimate scream queen, and she just has Nurse Ratched out now, which I've never seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, so,
well, I tried to watch it the other night, and I fell asleep. So my plan is to watch that because they're both on Netflix right now. Sarah Paulson's just amazing, beautiful, and she just plays every character pretty flawlessly. There's like a thing going around, like, be afraid like Sarah Paulson. It's pretty funny. Anyway, Alexis Bledel off Glenn in The Handmaid's Tale. I mean, this girl goes through the most like horrific thing ever, and you just feel for it. And she's not like a super main character, but damn, like when it's her scene, you just feel every character on that show. You just feel everything that they're feeling, especially like if you're a woman. Like, it's just crazy amazing show. Number 3. See, I'm gonna say Phoebe because I love Friends. I love every cast member, but no one makes me laugh like Phoebe. She's just so hilariously not witty and just a riot. So whatever, Jeff. I know you don't like Friends, but I'm gonna go with Phoebe. Number 2. They swept the Emmys. Schitt's Creek takeover. Freaking Moira Rose. My favorite human being on the planet is Catherine O'Hara. I love that woman so much. I've loved her since I was a kid, and I've been watching her, and oh my God, her and Eugene Levy. But Moira is the best character. I can't do her voice. My sister does a spot-on impression of her, and I'm jealous. But man, her vocabulary and her delivery and how she doesn't crack up in every scene. It's an amazing show. I'm so happy for them. And Moira Rose, number 2. Number 1. I mean, the best supporting actress of all, who just said, I'm going to give up my body. I'm going to let this woman shine, and I'll be, the frumpy one. Vivian Vance, Ethel Martz. You could not get a better supporting person than her. And I do love Lucy, but I love Ethel too. And she was just amazing and just as funny. And yeah, that's like my favorite show. So it's my number 1.
Amazing, and that's a great choice. I'm going to go right out and tell you that in reading the past history of Lucy, Vivian Vance was a well-known actress, and everybody said she was a beautiful actress, and they were stunned that she would take the backup role to Lucille Ball, but she
gained weight and all of it. She just let her shine, and she did.
She believed in the show. She was tremendous on that show as kind of the straight woman to Lucy's comedy, but also just like a great supporter. Jewel, that is a tremendous number 1. And of all the years, I've got to commend you. That's fantastic. Let's go down the list again, because I think we both did an outstanding job. My top 5, again, of course, tied at number 5, Chelsea, of course, from 2.5 Men, tonight's guest, Jennifer Taylor, and Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. Number 4, Aunt Jackie from Roseanne. It's a terrific character. Number 3, George Jefferson, back from the All in the Family days. Number 2, Carlton the Doorman from Rhoda. And number 1, of course, Kramer. Yeah, from Seinfeld. That's, I'm a Harvard Kramer person. Yeah. Jules was awesome. Sarah Paulson, of course, American Horror Story. Alexis Bledel from Handmaid's Tale. I love her. I think she's great. I really like her acting too, and I like her in the show. And number 3, Phoebe from Friends. Not a big Friends fan, but there's a lot of people that are, and a lot of people like Phoebe and Joey as the comic relief on that program. Number 2 is Moira from Schitt's Creek, played by the amazing Catherine O'Hara. I love her. I think she is hilarious. And then also number 1, Vivian Vance from the Lucy show. I love Lucy. Terrific. Great tonight. Wow, that was awesome.
Man, I really thought you said supporting actresses, so all mine were women, but
that's okay.
I did have Nick Miller from The New Girl, because he's hilarious if you've never seen that show.
I've actually never seen it. As much as I love Zoe Deschanel, I gotta say I've actually never seen it.
Oh, it's really funny. You should watch it.
I've heard, and I'll probably check it out. There's not a lot of good television right now, as I sit anxiously waiting, like the rest of the entire planet, for the return of Cobra Kai. I can't wait, Jill Tatey. Season 3. I can't wait, Jill.
I gotta watch it. The hype is real. Like, I have to.
You have to do it. The hype is definitely real. Jewel, tonight, real quick, a quick plug for a great friend of the show, a great friend of ours. And tonight, the wife went out, got a tattoo done, so she wasn't home for dinner. So, of course, it's up to me, and I picked something yummy, and I made my way over to this place right here, Gleason's Bar.
Woo!
6700 Mill Creek Road in Levittown, PA. I did chicken cheesesteak tonight, Jewel. And I got to tell you, it's also awesome because they give you big slabs of chicken, and it's really nicely seasoned, so it's got a nice taste to it, and it was delicious. And I got some wings. I only ate one because I was so full, but they're for later. So Gleason's. Our good friend Pat McConney does an outstanding job there. He's owned it for a little bit over a year. Jewel, myself, my wife were there a few weeks back. The cheesesteak is absolutely excellent. Being a Philly person, Bucks County, Montgomery County, whatever it is, just being the Philly area. Sorry, I get 10,000 pounds of gunk in my eye. Gleason's is the spot, folks. Fantastic. And Pat, if you're out there and when you're out there, thank you again. Max Scanner said New Girl is hilarious. I'll have to get on it. I like Max. Max got good taste. I have to check it out. Ladies and gentlemen.
You'll listen to Max. I get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our audience tonight is Ray Coleman. Ray, how you doing, bud? We heard rumors that you moved to like Saturn and we're never coming back.
Across the pond. I can't do Irish at all.
No, this is my Irish accent.
Across the pond. I am Irish. I'll do Irish.
All right, let's get down to it, Jewel. The moment everybody has waited for. The reason why the guests are, the guests, the reason why the audience are piling in, not the guests, they piled in because we begged. But anyway, do you remember this amazing woman from some of the great characters she played? Of course, Chelsea on 2.5 Men. She's been in Shameless, plenty of Lifetime movies and Lifetime television, you name it. An amazing resume. And back with us again for the second time, this time with audio and video. So you can tell that I'm nervous. The beautiful and talented Miss Jennifer Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Hi.
Good evening. Oh, see, we're already nervous. Jules knocking her microphone over. I'm slurring my words, but outstanding. Jennifer, thank you so much for once again coming back with us.
No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. The pleasure is definitely all ours. Like I said, a couple of years back, I can't believe it's been 3 years already, but it's been 3 years since we had you on last, and it was strictly, it's been 3 years. We looked it up. I couldn't believe it. And it was strictly audio. And when we started doing the video thing, I said, let's get on some past guests that we loved and kind of do a face-to-face thing here, which is like the new age. And your public relations people were kind enough to get us back in touch with you. Said you'd be thrilled to do it. We thank you. We're honored.
Yay! I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. So let's get on with a couple questions. Like I said, it's been 3 years since. So obviously, you want to talk about a few things you've done since we had you last. One of them is a project that you wrote, a short film that you wrote called Unfaithful, and another one is another Lifetime movie that you're just dominant in these Lifetime movies. You're great, called Twisted Twin. I actually got that out right. I'm not that nervous. I actually said Twisted Twin. So tell us a little bit about those two projects and the creation of Unfaithful.
Unfaithful. I wrote a script a few years ago. It was called Unfaithfully His. I was at this woman's church thing, and I had heard the story of Gomer and Hosea. I'd never heard it before. It's an Old Testament story of an unfaithful wife, and so I was really inspired, and so I wrote a feature, a script, and then I'm like, okay, now I don't know what to do. So I basically then got a couple friends together and made it into a short. So I just kind of took like the main points of it as a short, kind of as to pitch, but then I was like, well, it's kind of okay as a standalone. So we put it in some festivals. So it's won a couple things in festivals, and it's still in a couple right now.
That's terrific. And I know we talked last time that was one of your big loves in writing. Tell us a little something about Twisted Twin. I know it's been out for a few months, but tell us a little something about that.
I love doing these Lifetime movies. I really like just playing these characters. It's a lot of fun. Now hold on, because now it's on video, so I can't even like pretend. I'm trying to remember. Twisted Twin is the one, my daughter. She
Right.
has the Yes, that was a lot of fun. That actress was amazing, and I've worked for this company a few times. They run a tight ship. I love being on sets. Um, that actress, she played played both the evil and the good twin, and it was a lot of fun.
That's amazing. And you've been in so many Lifetime. I believe you're in the Lifetime commercial. Am I correct? Because every
I have
time
no idea.
I think there's a new one and you're in it because I get so excited. I'm like, Taylor! I get so excited when I see you on Shameless now. Like after we've had you on, I'm like, I know her. Like she's
Yeah.
my buddy. But how does Lifetime work? Because do they scout you out at this point? Like we need Jennifer.
No, we'll see. A lot of these, like, they're not technically the ones that I've done. Lifetime has not made them. They're
Oh,
independent producers,
Oh, okay.
and then they sell it to Lifetime.
Got ya. Okay.
So they're really they're smaller, lower budget productions, and that's just kind of their thing. That's just their markets, and they do a bunch of them a year. And I don't know. I really like them. I mean, you gonna win any awards on one of these movies or make a whole lot of money? No, but it's so much fun, and just the crews are amazing. And I've always been a fan of just indie and small crews. It's just, I don't know, it just feels just more pure, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. And it's funny because now, like, Netflix is pulling a lot from Lifetime. And Shameless got picked up by Netflix too. So how has that been? Has that,
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm sure it's crazy. Like, it's just so much more exposure than people who don't have Showtime, So how,
Definitely.
how has that growth been? Have you seen like a change? And
You are telling me something new. I had no idea that
wow.
Netflix picked up Shameless.
oh, really? Yeah,
Yes.
because even my younger niece, she's like, "Oh my god, that from Shameless." I'm like, "Yup." Like
And that
everyone
makes so
knows
much
you.
sense, because like people will be like, I didn't know that you were on Shameless. I'm like, yeah, it was a while ago. Like, so I kind of, and it's the same thing that happens with Two and a Half Men. Like, I forget that it's a long time ago, but it's
Yeah,
on all the time still.
yeah,
And so it's just not on my mind.
Wow, that's pretty awesome though when your resume is that impressive. And it is, and you've got just a tremendous list of TV movies that you've been in. I was just telling Jewel earlier, I watched all weekend. I mean, TV Land puts on Two and a Half Men, and all this Saturday was all Chelsea episodes. And my wife's like, "There she is." I'm like, "I know." I just get so excited. And like I said, even my dog was camped out in front of the TV watching. You're just that kind of presence. Um, is it is it kind of cool to you though that you're so diverse? You've become one of those faces that people see like, oh, I know her, but it's always from something different. Like people leading up to the show, like I know her from Two and a Half Men, I know her from Shameless, I know her from Lifetime. All these diverse characters. It's pretty cool to be like that face. It's so recognizable.
It's See, it's funny that you say that, because I don't see that. But my husband, all the time, he'll be like, we'll see an actor, and it's been in a lot of stuff, but you don't know their name. He's like, yeah, you see him in everything, but I don't know his name. He's always said this. He's like, that's what I want for you. I don't want people to know your name or who you are, but that you get a lot of work. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
that's all you can ask for as an actor, right? Just to
Yeah.
put a lot of work.
Yep.
How are you? Sorry to bring this in so late, but were you guys affected by the fires at all? Are you guys okay?
Now we can see the sun and the sky. We were not affected except for like the smoke.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really sensitive to smoke, so I, I stayed inside a lot. But no, here in Los Angeles, it's better right now.
Good, good. And
That's
the kids are good. And how's schooling? Are you virtual school?
My son is in 11th grade. He's doing virtual online and he doesn't like it. He wants to go back to school. My daughter, I pulled out. I'm homeschooling her.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, we got a curriculum and we're doing that. So that's, it's been interesting, but it's been great.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a learning curve at first, like when we're doing math and I'm like, okay, so you're going to do this lesson evens. And then I check it. And then she made like silly mistakes, like adding wrong or subtracting wrong. She's in 7th grade. And then I'm like, okay, so you're going to redo these. She's like, what? The teacher wouldn't even look at this at school. I'm like, well, hello, welcome to homeschooling with me.
I'm your teacher now. It's so hard.
You got to kind of become the Lifetime movie Jennifer Taylor instead of the smiley Chelsea Jennifer Taylor. So one of our audience put out a good point. And I don't know if it affected you at all. And he mentioned in 2.5 Men that Charlie smoked a lot of cigars. Did any of that affect you? You said you have like kind of a smoke thing. Did that bother you at all during the set?
You know what? I was never around if he smoked a cigar. I mean, it's funny because I think he smoked Marlboros and, he would step out all the time. And when I smell a Marlboro cigarette, it reminds me of him.
Oh, wow.
Because there wasn't smoke around. So I was fine. When I worked as a bartender years and years and years ago in Florida and smoke, I would get sick all the time. And I didn't realize that I was allergic to smoke.
Yeah, it's terrible. And like, I know even smokers that get bothered by smoke indoors. It's just too much. But I did yesterday, I listened back to our first interview and it was just funny because we've all grown in that time. But you said that Charlie was super sweet to you and you had a good rapport. Can you go into a little bit about that for, all of our
newer audience
watching? Yes.
He was always cool to me. Obviously, except for on set, we didn't hang out. I'm mom, married, and at that time when I was on that show, my daughter was 4 months old when I started. My son was 5, and I also had gone back to school, so I was finishing my degree at the same time. So I come to work, I do my business, and go home. But then over, I think I was that character for 2 seasons. He was just always very kind. I never had an issue on set. He was very professional. What anybody did outside of work, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great approach though. And you're always classy about it. You were classy about it the last time. And it was a show that we loved. And it was a show really, and I still find myself doing it today, all these years later. I really root for Chelsea. Like when you two broke up, I felt like the 3 of us broke up. Like I felt like you were out of my life forever, and it was just terrible. But the character's great, and you've always done a great job and bring that charismatic personality, yours, the big smile, etc. So as always, we just commend you for that. That's terrific. What have you done on a personal level, work-wise, during COVID and these quarantine things? Have you been finding yourself more creative? Have you just kind of been going with the flow, doing more family stuff?
Definitely family stuff. Like as soon as lockdown started, I'm like, I need to do something. And it was the first time, I've been doing this since I was 17. So as an actor, it's feast or famine. But there's always that possibility of work. There's always the hope that later on. So when all this went down, wow, I literally have no possibility of work.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? So I painted the exterior of my house.
Wow.
Everything. I did the trim. I did the eaves. I painted everything. And it was great. It needed to be done. And it gave me an outlet.
Yeah, get to be outside and working. We also saw you went on a little road trip. Recently.
Yeah, that was amazing. We went because we had tickets to go back to Florida. We had a family vacation, and then when this was all still, I'm like, I've got nothing going on here. So I asked my husband, hey, do you mind if I drive? And then because he was still working, he would meet us there, and he's like, knock yourself out. So the kids and I took off, and made it basically like a month-long trip from here to Florida and back.
That's so cool. I mean, what better way to spend lockdown than just get out? Isn't your husband in the medical field too? Is he
No.
okay? Oh no.
He's an electrician, but he's been working on hospital for the last few years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is there kind of a, I mean, not to bring up negative stuff, because you always try to stay happy and upbeat, but is there any kind of fear of him being in and out of hospitals?
No.
Okay. That's direct. That's direct and as simple as we can make it. But it's funny, last time you said that, you're kind of like the regular school mom. You get your kids off to the bus and talk to neighbors on. Now your kids have grown. Duties changed a little bit,
Yes and no, because even though my son has his license, he's not really that interested in driving. So, which is fine. I have no problem with that. So yeah, I'm still taking them places and we're really close, so that's good. But yeah, but I don't have to drive them to school every day right now because I'm doing school at my kitchen table, and my son is doing it in his seat. So yeah, all of that, like our daily stuff has completely changed.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I guess what else have you done creatively? You have a nice backdrop there. Have you been on any virtual auditions?
No, not yet. This I actually got. I ordered it because I'm like, okay, because I have these 2 frames for my kids that since they're in first grade, I have their school picture in all of it every year, and I'm like, okay, so this year this is garbage. I'm not going to have a school picture? No. So I ordered a backdrop and I took school pictures.
Wow.
It does look like a school picture backdrop.
Yeah,
I totally wanted that. And so, my son's like, I'm not taking school pictures. I'm like, oh, yes, you are. So I got my school pictures.
Nice.
I have not, you know what? I did one audition recently. That was like my first audition. It was, I had a self-tape. And then I don't know if we're closed yet, but I think so. I'll be doing a movie out of states it'll be another Lifetime movie in November. So at least there's something.
That's good.
Something.
That's great.
But as far as creative stuff, I took a class at the beginning of this. I'm like, okay, I have to do something. I should take a class about, because everything's going to be online. And I just wasn't there. They were the sweetest people on the planet, the teachers, but I was not in a place for it. I was like, you know what? I'm done. So going on the road trip helped me be good. Painting, cleaning stuff at the house, building different things. The next thing I'm going to build is a bat house. Because they eat a lot of mosquitoes. I know it's completely random, but that's next on my little list of things I'm going to do around the house. Because oh, go ahead.
No. Sorry, you go ahead.
It's all creative. You
Sure.
know, to me, like whether it's painting your house or building a shelf or doing stuff, for me, it satisfies that creative urge in the same way.
Yeah, as long as you're keeping busy, gotta get through this.
Yeah,
It's been crazy. We're all going along nuts here.
And you guys have kids, right?
Jewel does. I didn't.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, she was like, I listened back. She was 3 the last time, so yeah, she's 6.
So
first
you
grade.
have her home.
What's that?
You're doing school at home with her.
Yeah, actually, my family is stepping in a lot because I'm back at work full time. So,
Okay.
yeah, they are like God sent. They are just helping me get through. I have like a tag team. Like this person takes this day, and I try to FaceTime when I can to like help out. And then she still has homework every day. It's first grade, but it's like a lot. So, yeah, it's a team effort, but we're trying to barrel through.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I got I do have a lead-in for the two of you, I guess, to kind of combine. Jewel, if your daughter needs school pictures, you can fly her out to Jennifer's house, and they've got the backdrop right there.
No, you don't understand. I had other friends. I'm like, hey, come over.
Yeah.
We'll do school pictures. So yeah, we had a day, and friends came over and did school pictures, and some couldn't come. I'm like, hey, I got the stuff. We could do it any day.
Yeah, that's amazing because like me and Jeff were trying to set up at home now, and like we almost have like pretty photogenic setups going on here because we were in the studio, and after everything went kaput, we had to do it at home. And yeah, so now we're just buying more equipment. I'm like, man, I could have lighting, backdrop, do my own pictures, find all these different hobbies in COVID.
Yep.
It's kind of great though. A lot of people said that it's more of a personal touch, like us and you on a personal level, instead of like this kind of jacked up studio and all these like strict questions. That's all the way to do it. We like to just be light and know what really goes on with people, and we're more curious about your regular life than the behind the scenes stuff. Now, and speaking of which, you mentioned last time we had you on that we were the first interview you'd ever done. Are you not really into interviews and talking about yourself? Is it something you're not really big on?
Yeah, I'm not. That's the thing. I like working. I like being on it. And I don't even, like you said, I know it's so horrible and I feel bad. I haven't even watched Twisted Twin yet.
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying I don't watch, but that's not fun. I like doing it. And then the whole publicity stuff, I'm not good at it all.
We think you are. We think you're great at it.
Well, because also you want to talk about regular stuff. Like, I can talk about my stupid backdrop,
Yeah.
in my kitchen, and you're okay with that. But I don't, it's hard for me to understand if anybody is actually interested in what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, because it's just the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we kind of like, though. And it's the approach that like everybody swears that despite COVID and despite everything that goes on in this world, Hollywood and actors, and they've got it made. I'm sure they're doing everything different than us. And no, you're not. You're being a mom. You're being a traveler. You're working. It's great.
But I guess it's funny that you lump me in that when you're thinking Hollywood, because I'm sure there are plenty of people that are just fine during it. But like this is, like I have a friend who I think she calls it like a blue collar actor.
Okay.
I'm a blue collar actor.
I like that.
I am. I'm just a person who works as an actress, and just a couple of the shows are popular, but that's like I'm just a, just regular.
But you just make people's day, and just to see your face and to know that you're okay, because we've done interviews all throughout this time, and it's just so nice to check in to the people that we care about as our guests. And you were one of my first interviews ever, and I was so fumbling and I was so nervous, and we're a little bit better today. I am, but it's just so nice to see you, and you do brighten up people's day, and we're just we want to see how you're doing. And that's so interesting to people. Like reality TV is everything. So it's like, what is she up to? So I see the energy.
To wrap my head around, because I'm not a reality TV person. Like my daughter, I find her, she's on YouTube and watching like these families. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
What is the point? I know.
Yeah, I suppose it's interesting, but like that's the thing, like I battle, like I'm a very private person.
Yes.
Very private person. Like my circle is small. But I do a very public thing.
Yes.
So it's challenging to balance sometimes.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's very humble too. Your approach last time is very humble. To you, it's just, like I said, it's work. But you prefer that everyday person kind of touch, which is great. Any new projects that you can kind of lead us into? Something you got on the horizon? Are you writing still? What's coming up? What's next for Jennifer Taylor?
What's next? Well, I think next is that movie that I'm sure will be Lifetime in November. But since I don't think it's closed quite yet, I can't tell you exactly what it is. But it'll be another like fun thriller. And I've been sitting down and writing, like I have all these ideas for like, okay, I'm going to write a book about this and this and that. And then I start, but I have no, what's the word? Discipline
right.
to finish right now.
Okay. That's the hard part. My wife works from home. She's in the medical field. She does kind of liaison stuff and referrals and all for home health care. And she works at the kitchen table, and I'm making breakfast, and we're conversing. She's like, I can't work like this. And everybody said the thing to do is pick a room of your house, turn it into an office, and do your regular routine. Wake up, shower, go into that office, sit and do your work routine.
Yeah. But then there's the flip side. I'm also creative, so I have to feel it. And if I'm not feeling it,
I totally hear you. I have to be like so into something to keep my mind focused on that. It's just, I guess everything's in balance, but I think this time has given everyone to sit back like, what do I really like to do? It's like an eye opener.
And that's actually one of the things that I was writing about is like, okay, like, so when you have everything taken away, like, what's really important? What are the things in your life that truly matter? So I've been thinking a lot about that, those things that really matter. And I just think a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
That's good. If anything, I think I created a new Lifetime movie for you here tonight. I got the backdrop. Jennifer Taylor is a mother on the edge. Take your school picture in front of this yearbook picture with Jennifer Taylor. That's awesome. I just, again, I love your diversity. I know last time you said you preferred the comedy end. And I don't think we asked this. Do you watch yourself and do you make yourself laugh? Do you watch and just really love your delivery and find the way you act and all, like your comedy end? Do you find it funny? Because I find myself funny, and I always wonder. I always got to ask people.
Well, see, I think I'm funny in real life. I don't think people think I'm very funny. And in any of the comedies that I did, most of the time I'm like the straight person. So I don't go, oh, you're funny. Like, because when I think I'm funny and people are laughing, it's because they're laughing at me. Not because I was funny.
No.
Because I
see
think
anyone laughing. Oh.
So no, it's okay.
Hey, I'm not funny at all. So. There's another short, Death Store, where you play a character. Is that coming out as well?
I don't know. I filmed that a while ago. We did that. Gosh, where were we? In Massachusetts, and I got to work with Enrico Col. I know I'm going to butcher his name. Colantonio. That was just a really fun pilot. Is it how that you pronounce it?
I believe so. Yeah, I tried butchering it a few times, just looking into it before. And I'm glad Jewel took the lead to say it before me.
Anyway, it was a really it was a fun project. A small independent production. I don't know what they're doing with it, like, if they're going to get it picked up or anything, but I know that they have released the pilot.
Oh, nice.
That's very awesome. And like I said, it's extensive. It seems like you're always working, which is great. And like you said, you prefer. I looked it up. Like there's only so much time we have, and I'm looking at, again, IMDb and your website and everything. I'm like, man, where do you even begin? There's so much. But that's great though. And you're you're that face. A lot of people recognize it. And I kind of like the way your husband gave you that delivery of kind of be that person, there's that face. Where do I know her from? And there's more than enough out there and a lot of great performances that we love. Again, just real quick, we talked about it before. How was this for you? How was the video interview thing? And we ask a lot of people. I'm curious how they like it. Is this like, do you think this is cool new age or something you're kind of hoping goes away?
A little bit of both. I am pretty much zoomed out.
Yeah.
I got invited to a friend, and I love her dearly, to a Zoom baby shower.
Oh wow.
No, I can't.
No.
And
Smell
like
the chocolate.
my life group, we did a Zoom at the end, and then I'm like, when it's time to start up again, I'm like, I'm out. If it's on Zoom, I'm done. But that being said, for something like this, except for the fact that I literally can hardly see you guys. You know what stinks about getting older? I I should have glasses on right now. So I'm hoping that my lighting is good and I can see, but
You look
I
great.
can't see right now. But for
You look
something like
awesome.
this, this is great, and especially for you guys, you know, I think, how awesome is it for you to be able to step up to, doing something live. I just think you get a little bit more engagement from people being able to see you. I know me, I like to see people's faces. I need
Yeah.
to I need to I can
React.
catch a lot from hearing you, but it's so much more when you get to see people's faces, and then you get to know, like, oh, Jen, you should shut up and not talk about that because you can read their face. Um,
No, never here. We pretty much carried the spot. We're just always honored and flattered for anybody to come sit with us because we love it. That's what keeps us in it. And it's not about money, fame, whatever it is. We got voted as the top 50 by a couple of different publications. And I was kind of blown away. I'm like, us? Like, we're just here to meet people and entertain people and have a great time, like yourself. Trust me, a couple years back, I would have never thought this was possible. But I can watch and sit and talk with somebody that I admire so much and love their work. As far as your backdrop, you look terrific. I'm the same way. I hate wearing glasses. I'd rather be here like this, but
Yeah,
then
I
I
need
can't
them
see the
too.
questions. I can't see you. Right. I can't.
I
There we
can
go.
There
All
we
right.
go. Where's mine? Hello.
All right. Let's start over again. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Taylor is our guest. That's awesome. This was
forget it. I'm
absolutely,
keeping them on.
absolutely terrific. For fans of Jennifer Taylor that want to go and learn a little more, visit www.jennifertayloronline.com. Don't get too personal because she likes her privacy. That was the one that was listed. It's also in Instagram at Jennifer Taylor Online. Of course, IMDb is the main source to find all her credits, the movies you can find her in, etc. Oh, before we let you go, I did want to ask you this because as a kid, when I was homesick from school or whatever, my mother kind of turned me into a soap opera fan. And I noticed that you spent a little bit of time on one of the biggest, longest running successful soap operas of all time, Young and Restless. I wanted to ask you about
Yeah.
soap opera experience. Tell us a little something about that and how that filming differs from any other TV show, because it seems like it's a new episodes all the time.
Oh yeah. That was super fun. But yeah, soap operas, they are so fast and so efficient. I mean, it is. Now I knew how it worked because back in Miami, like my first, like, soap opera. It was a telenovela. So I was the lead. I did 110 episodes. So
Wow.
basically, we did one episode a day. So I knew how to work fast, but like something like that, they've been established for so long. So to come in there, you just really have to just be prepared, and you you're basically doing it once, there's no messing up. Now, the stars, like, they can mess up and get another chance, but you don't want to walk in there as the guest and mess up.
Ah.
Um, but yeah, it was great. They were all amazing, so good at what they do. Yeah, I like it, and especially as a mom, to go in and just, you do your stuff and you're out of there. That was
Yeah.
kind of nice, but it's different. It's different from being on a movie where you have more time, or on a sitcom. It's, they're just different experiences.
That's
Were
pretty
you
awesome.
a fan of soap operas?
You know what? As a teenager, I used to watch a couple, uh, but not for long amounts of time. So I've
Daytime.
watched all of them. You know, like, but as an adult, I don't have time.
Yeah. Watch his stories.
And I'm looking back, it's amazing. It's a show that's run since 1973. That's absolutely amazing. And I know that's unbelievable. And I kind of assumed it was different because, like I said, every day was like a brand new episode. And it's not like the storyline trickled. It was like boom, 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 and just kept going. So it's really that fast paced. That's something else. And looking at some of the cast of people that have been on there, and I know, like I said, from seeing it in the past, Doug Davidson, Eric Braeden, Peter Bergman, just like some long time veteran names, Melody Thomas Scott. Any intimidation by these big time soap opera stars?
You know, when I first got on, I was just like, okay, I want to say yes, a little bit when I first got there, but they were so warm and just, you know, they were just down to business, knew what they do. They just did what they did. So I'm like, okay, you got your big girl pants on now. And so I felt fairly confident when I was on there. There have been some things where I have felt less confident, but that's just on me. You know, that has nothing to do with them. But when I was on there, I was like, we're good. This is awesome.
That's cool.
Good. Do you think it all is the other way around? Like they're thinking, oh, here comes Miss 2.5 Men, Miss Primetime coming on to our show. Do you think there's any of that at all?
No.
We would be.
You're very sweet, but no.
Oh.
I love it. We're just very big fans. Like I said, and when it comes time to the show, and people ask like, "Wow, how did you get Jennifer Taylor?" And here you are being just so, and it's me about it is awesome. But we work hard to get people that we love, and you've been great.
Well, and that's that. Like you asked my managers, and they brought it to me, and so you know, I just looked you guys up, and it wasn't going to be anything like it was going to be an ambush or, you know, it was just like us talking. So yeah, I have no problem. I have no problem with that. Like I was flattered that you guys wanted to talk to me.
Well, thank you.
We so appreciate it. So
we do the PR route. We had another Shameless star on, as you might have seen this past. Steve Howie, of course, from Shameless, has been on twice, and he says the same thing. He's like, you guys are just cool down to earth, have a great time. He's just like himself. He's just being a dude on here, and we have a blast with him. Same way we are with you. I know people get awestruck and like, oh, are you going to like freak out when you see Jennifer Taylor? I do for like a minute or two, but
yeah.
See, it's funny because if I meet people like who at first are like, oh, you know, like that, and then you get to know me and they're like, oh yeah, no it's all good.
Oh.
And that's, like I said, that's kind of what we picked up from the last time. It's definitely why I wanted to have you on this time. And honestly, just to sit here and look you in the face, somebody that we admire so much, and somebody whose work we love. It's big to us. It means everything. We thank you so much, Jennifer. This is our 118th episode, so we're rolling along. We thank you very much. We'd love to invite you back on again a little bit down the line when some new projects come out and with COVID shuts down. We'd love to sit down and do it again.
Sure, I'm here.
Awesome. Maybe by then we make it big enough that we have a studio in California. We could all sit around the table together and do something like that.
Be fun.
We can do it in the backyard. We can do it on the little boxes on the screen. I wish you continued success.
Thank you very much. And for everybody who does know, I know you all know by now, check out Jennifer on past episodes of 2.5 Men, Shameless, Young and Restless, countless Lifetime movies. She's the queen of Lifetime, one of our favorite actresses, Jennifer Taylor. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. Have yourself a great night, and we'll catch up real soon.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was fantastic, Jewel. Jennifer Taylor, beautiful, sweet, just loving, and very down to earth, Jewel. Just so down to earth. Her approach is just perfect. Like to her, it's, you know, this is her job. She appreciates that people admire her job, but it's a job, and that's awesome. That's what we love.
Yeah, I mean, such a real person, and totally relatable. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we just love her. She was such a sweetheart to us last time, and I'm so glad we got to do this. That's like one of my favorite things now when we have past guests that were just audio, and then we get to like bring it full circle and have them right in front of our faces. It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. And, I lied a little bit. I don't like to lie to our guests, but I lied a little bit. I was nervous the whole time. I mean, it is Jennifer Taylor. It is, Chelsea, who I love so much as a character. And like I said, there's many nights when I'm laying on the couch or laying in bed and watching TV and Two and a Half Men's on, and there she is. I'm like, she was on my show. I used to do it every Sunday night with Steve Howie. Like I'm sitting there, like my wife's used to watch Shameless, and I'm sitting there with my wife. I'm like, he was on my show. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, no, you don't understand. He was on my show, like Big Kev. She's like, yeah, I get it, and it does geek me out a little bit. I do love it.
I do that every time. Now Joey's like, Mom, I know. Was she on your show? Was this one on your show? I'm like, yes, and it's awesome.
I do it like even with my friends. I'm like, oh, you're like Two and a Half Men. I'll be with my buddies. Hey, and they're like, yeah, Jennifer Taylor's on your show. We know. I'm like, I can't say it enough. So
you know what? I have to find that commercial because I swear it's her. Lifetime commercial. I think she says something like, "You bitch."
Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure I know it too. It's funny.
They've been playing it like recently.
Yes.
That's so funny.
While you're doing that, I'm going to do this. I wanted to do this before she came on, but she kind of just jumped on. I just want to show a clip because, as you know, it is my favorite show, Two and a Half Men. And I did pull a clip up for us to watch before she came on, but we'll do it after she came on.
Can I send you the link and then you can play it? The other one?
Probably.
Okay.
We're going to do a bit here, and the clip is called Chelsea Cancels Breast Reduction Surgery, and it's just so darn funny. So let's play the clip real quick for our audience. Jennifer Taylor, Two and a Half Men.
Are you sure you're going to be okay?
I'm fine. Would you do me a little favor?
What?
Go like this. For old time's sake.
Chelsea, I'm ready for you.
Oh, God, this is it.
Take a deep breath, Charlie.
I will if you will.
It's still going to be me, just a little smaller.
I know. I guess the good news is draw more attention to your backside.
What?
You know, with your breasts smaller, the eye will naturally go to your ample tush.
Are you saying my ass is too big?
No, I love your ass. I'm just saying with smaller boobs, more people will notice it.
Are you insane? I don't want people noticing my ass.
Hey, don't kill the messenger. It's the first law of landscaping. If you trim down the tree, the backyard looks bigger, am I right?
Damn you, Charlie Harper.
What?
Tell the doctor I changed my mind.
What did I say? Where are you going?
Home.
What about your back pain?
I'll live with it.
Are you sure?
I live with you, don't I?
How about that? Thank you, Lord. You speak it through me.
Oh man, so great! I forgot that the clip was. I got so nervous that she was close. I forgot to play the clip before she came on. But it's like one of my favorite clips, and that episode is just hilarious. Just so much of it. And she says she's not funny, that she's supposed to be a straight man, but her straight character is so damn funny.
Yeah, she puts him in his place, and it's like we're for him in the bad boy, which a lot of women do. I wouldn't know about that, but that's it's a strong character, and we love her, and we love her for it, and it's great.
We absolutely do. We love it. Huge thank you again to Jennifer Taylor. If you're out there catching the rest of the program, just really great. That's everything we'd hoped for, and we hope everybody out there enjoyed it as well. Because now you're stuck with us for the next hour. It's 9 o'clock, and now it's time for us to do our stupid stuff. And no, we're not doing shots tonight with no Brian Harvey. Brian, we love you, guy, but no shots tonight, dude. That was a shit show last week. Drew actually played it smart this week. I've been meaning to tell you. I played it smart this week, and notice I got the Loso emblem in a plastic cup. Because last week I had beer bottles and glasses everywhere and shot glasses, and it makes a mess. And I I don't have a studio at the moment. I'm at my house. So I have to clean my house. And I figure, why make this giant mess?
Why do that to yourself?
I don't know.
I'm glad you're cleaning your own mess up, though.
I am. I definitely do clean my own mess up. Like I said, I've got my COVID duties. This morning I was chef. I made over easy eggs and turkey bacon and toast for the missus, and she was very appreciative. And she did her half day. She went and got a tattoo today, Jewel. And
you should show a picture. It's really cool.
I should. I noticed she was watching earlier. If she's still watching and listening, I'd love to have her come down because showing a picture might be a little tough. I'll see what I can do. I'm
working on that other one.
Let's do the old technology way. I'll text her from upstairs and see if she can come downstairs and show everybody this awesome tattoo live on the Yo Show, because I'm kind of excited. I should move all my beverages around because for all the audience members who know my wife, she can be pretty excitable, and I don't want beer flying all over the place. Okay. She's probably
so did it give you an urge to get another one? I know I want another one.
I still don't have one. I'm waiting for my first one to be on the show.
I mean your first one. Yes, I know you don't have any.
Right.
Did you get the urge to get one?
I've got the urge, and I get the urge, and this morning, when you're a married couple, you do your passionate things in the morning. I don't know. And just like having some passionate moments. I'm looking at these tattoos. I'm like, man, my wife is like a badass. She's like these badass tattoos now. She's like an ass kicker.
Yeah.
And I'm just this dad-bodied, gnarly bearded old man.
You got to think about it. It's going to happen soon.
Yeah, it is going to happen soon. But definitely, tattoos are on the line. Everything. There's no in my vocabulary. I've been in kayaks now, and I've been popping Viagra pills and all that good stuff. Stroking beards.
Just pulling that adventurous side out of you.
She sure is. Like I said, the tattoo something. Like, yeah, this badass can do it. Now I can do it.
Yeah. I want my next one. My next one is going to be that thing right there.
I like it. I like that a lot.
I don't know where, though, because I don't know. It's going to be a tricky one.
It is. I'm guessing she might have fallen asleep on me. I know she's pretty exhausted. So maybe we'll pull up the picture and hold it up to the screen.
Yeah.
I said, can you come down here? And it's amazing how when you absolutely need somebody, how they suddenly don't check their phone when they're married to it 24/7. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I hear her coming. This could be it right here on the Yo Show. We could be getting a live look at I like it a lot. Brian Harvey with the Jim Carrey. Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen, barely awake, but we want to see the brand new tattoo. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my wife, Cassie.
Hey.
And everybody out there may know her. We want to see the brand new tattoo.
That hair.
That's kind of zeroed at.
Oh, that's big.
That's RN.
I like it.
Registered nurse. Gorgeous job. For the people out there, Cass, where did you have this tattoo done in case anybody is interested?
Eddie's in Philadelphia on South Street.
Eddie's on South Street.
His name's Frank. And he's on Instagram as Satan Lord. He's really good.
Yeah, we'll put that on here. Actually, I'll make a banner for it in case anybody is.
Yeah, but make sure it's the one on 4th and South.
I'm going to put the at Satan Lord, right? Satan
there you go.
Lord. At Satan Lord on Instagram. She's exhausted. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Cassie in her brief stay. Brian Harvey said hello. We thank you for coming by, Cassie, and showing us the tattoo. God. Yeah, sure. It's hot. My wife comes on
today.
My wife comes on, and all of a sudden the views go through the roof. See when you have it? Sexy brunettes and sexy blondes make the views. I might as well just quit the show. Let you two do it.
There you go.
Ray said it hurts in there. Not quite sure what that means. Anyway, Satan Lord is the tattoo gentleman, South Street. Excellent job. It's funny because earlier today she was talking about like the rib area or the thigh. She wasn't sure. And then she's like, I promise I'll wear a sports bra. Like, but yeah, got it on the arm there. Awesome. That's her 4th. And really cool. I got no problem shouting out people. Like I said, we're looking to get a tattoo artist to come on our program or us to take our show to their tattoo shop, etc., and
Get some ink.
watch me get it done. Fifth.
Hey,
It's on
I want one too.
fifth.
You get to have all the fun. He's just
Fifth and
gonna
seventh.
cry.
I am gonna cry. There's no inside of the arm. Inside the arm it hurts. On the inside of the arm. Oh, great. That's all I need is pain. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the show. I'm gonna cry like a bitch when it finally happens. I'm not gonna lie. Brian's got a few. We know you got a few, dude. I mean, you're more of you've got Yo-Show on buttocks. Nah, but yeah, we get Yo-Show on my butt. Me and Jewel. It'll be Yo on my butt and Show on Jewel's butt. Yo-Show. And we'll stay next to each other.
No. That's okay.
That's great stuff. But we're definitely interested. I've actually had a few people send me some Facebook messages about some people to call and ask, which is awesome. So we'll look into that. My wife said, "You're not going to get anybody that wants to do that." But I don't know. We very well might. You never know. Like I said, we've got a lot to do. We've got pole dancing to do. I got a pole dance at the Pole Academy. We need tattoos done. We need live band shows. We're still got to get to Brian Harvey's farm. We got so much we got to do. What are we doing, Joel? COVID rules are breaking us.
I think we're navigating smartly.
Navigating smartly. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in the works, so just stay with us. You'll see.
He has 30. You have 38 tattoos?
It's a lot.
God. So Ray said he sat for 8 hours. Dude, last time I sat still for 8 hours was when we were down here doing the food drive. I actually spoke to Deb last night from the food drive. They attempted to do one late in the season this year, but the food drive got a grant. So they're able to supply more food for people without needing the food drive. We're going to talk about doing it next year. Maybe we go out to the food drive, me and Jewel, this year and do it live from there. Or the way we did it last time with just some great artists and all joining us. We had such a great list. It was such a great time. So we would definitely be up to do that again.
I mean, yeah, we have to get out there. We've been stuck inside too long. We'll do it from far away, socially distanced. I wanted to shout out, and ties into the tattoo talk, but it was National Elephant Day yesterday. And I don't know if you ever noticed my background, but I'll do my she shed shindig a little bit here.
No, go ahead.
I love elephants, and I have an elephant tattoo, and I've just loved them. My grandpa always collected them, and then my father gave me my first one when I was a little tyke. So, but I have some of my favorites in the background. This is from my brother. This big one. He's far away. I miss you. And then I got this cool one. It's wood and broken, but I like it.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was from my dad. And then I have my most recent one. I have a million, but our intern gave me this one a couple weeks ago, and it was the cutest, and it kind of looks like my tattoo, but it's a little elephant. So that's what I have.
There's Joel She Shed Shindig. I couldn't find it at first. It was like,
That's
in the scrolling.
Yeah, trunks up. Good luck. I like the African ones because they have big ears, like super large ears.
I like it very much. My mother was big in elephants. Funny thing, my mother used to love elephant stuff, and she had like glass tables, and the elephant was to stand underneath, and she was just such a big fan. So it's kind of wild that you're into them as well.
That's awesome.
She was a big fan. Let me say hello to somebody new that's tuning in, Ken Blackman. Ken said, great guest and great show. Thanks, Ken, very much. Thanks for stopping by the show as well. We always love when people come check us out. Ray Coleman said, out, you should get a Jewel tattoo, and she should get one of you.
What?
I love it. I get a Jewel right here, and Jewel get a Jeff. And
right. Wait till you see Halloween. We dress as people for Halloween. So this year we're in talks.
We got to line up. So my girl Sarah said that her mom does too. Elephant things must be a female thing. Sarah, thank you for coming on. Yes, I did shout your name out tonight, like you said last time. Not to Sarah Jewel. Sarah and I met like in the very beginning of Facebook, back when everybody used to play Facebook poker and all. And yeah, remember Facebook like on Zynga, like Zynga poker, and me and Sarah used to play like in the same tables, and we just got to talking, and she's been cool. And then you lose touch for a while, and you come back, and we shoot the shit. And she's like, I've been watching your show, and I'm like, great. Next time I'm going to shout you out. She's like, no, don't shout me out. Well, guess what?
You should have gone on it.
Big Mouth just said your name right here on the air. But thank you for tuning in, Sarah. It's very cool. I said Sarah is from Michigan. Our good friends up north.
Detroit. I don't know.
No.
I always wanted to go to Detroit when I was younger and loved Eminem. Now
I wanted to, and then now I'm kind of afraid of Detroit. Not gonna lie. There's I don't want to mess this up, but does this actually? It does. It blows up the whole screen. I didn't even know I could do this. It cuts out the comments and all those, so I don't want to do full screen. I never realized how. This whole time I could have been watching Jennifer Taylor like real big, so I'm looking at her real small.
Oh.
So let's back it up. We can't see the comments now.
Oh, gotcha.
She said flattered, and then she said no. But no, I'm sure she's probably talking about Detroit.
Detroit what?
Joe Sidman knows Zynga Poker and Farmville. I didn't play Farmville, but I played a ton.
That is so funny.
Poker.
I have such a funny. So my sister is big into. It's like a civilization game on Facebook. I guess they play and like they interact and stuff. And this one woman, and she really gets on people. She's a teacher. She's like strict and this one woman, she's like, help me. And like she was in dire straits and she had no one to reach out to but her civilization team. And I don't know what happened to her, but and they were like, call 911. Like, why are you reaching out to your game teammates on Facebook?
I shouldn't be laughing, but I am. That's wow.
I forgot what happened. It was either like a break-in or like a bad fire. But this was like a year ago, so it wasn't.
My God. Okay, so Sarah said the Lake Michigan side.
Oh, nice.
Lake Michigan sewed and then came back with side. I pointed out your spell check. So that's very cool. Andrew James Blinder in the house. Andrew, thanks for joining us again, man. He was on. Great guest.
I need my socks, Jeff.
I've got your socks, Andrew. I wore my Abe Lincoln socks. That's how we spent them all. I took Abe Lincoln. Jewel was madly in love with the skulls one with the bacon, which is awesome. Yeah. And I got to tell you, awesome socks, dude. You're like great at everything. You're great at acting. You're like great at being like a good looking dude. You're great at being like a cool guy, and you're great at picking out socks. Like you got like all. You need to move here, dude. And be like my fashion coordinator or something. Yeah, like you need to move to Philly and miss out on your great acting career you got cooking free in Hollywood.
And since being his friend, I've seen that Andrew just supports everyone equally. So good dude right there.
He does. Great dude. Absolutely. And he tunes in, and we love him for that. Brian Harvey's a different kind of Farmville going on over there. We want to check it out. Let's see what's going on in that farm. We're told to do a big show on the farm, and we know you got asshole neighbors and all that good stuff. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Oh man, great stuff! I love when the viewers chime in and keep us going. He said, "Good choice. Thanks. Miss you guys. We miss you too, Andrew. We're definitely having you on soon. I know he had already talked about coming back on the show, and we're all about that. We're all like I said, it took us 3 years to get Jennifer back. That was way too long.
Yeah, Jody, it was like 3 weeks. We're like, yes, come back to us.
I know, right? She was like, yeah, Jody Valentine's going to be back on. We're going to go down that list, and Andrew will get you back on. I think we're looking like late November, early December at this point for openings. But yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you back. You're awesome, and the fans loved you too. So that's great. Ray Coleman, I have not watched The Boys yet. My wife had started watching it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Fill us in. Let's make, oops. Brian is dirty language towards his neighbors. So fill us in a little bit. I watched just a touch of it. What's going
on? So The Boys is based off a comic book, and they are like supposedly the anti-superheroes. So it's like the Superman character is Homelander, and then the Wonder Woman is Queen Maeve, but they're assholes, and it is raunchy. It's gory. If you have ever seen Watchmen, it's kind of along that concept of you can have a superhero with all these powers, but they could be bad. But they're portrayed as this great person, Superman character helping everyone. It's great. The main dude is from Banshee. Have you ever seen that
Yes.
show? Oh my god, I love that show. He's great. The whole Elizabeth Shue, she is the coordinator. She's like the Nick Fury of the
Yes.
superheroes.
And she's a bitch in that show.
Yeah. A lot of Billy Joel songs. They love Billy Joel. It's a great show. There's the second season. There's new episodes every Friday, so you can watch the first season on Amazon Prime and Banshee. And we're into season 2, and it just got a little crazy.
Sounds good. I guess I caught most of the first season, and I didn't expect to. And first episode 2, she's like, but really got into it.
You have to get past. I know. I tried twice, and I was like, I don't know. And then I started watching, I think, episode 2. I was like, okay, I can deal with this.
That's how most shows are. And we're talking about Elizabeth Shue. And in talking about Elizabeth Shue, let's go to Man Cave scores. Because I don't know if I've ever shared these before, but a couple pieces that I scored a little while back on my Man Cave score thing I got to share with everybody. Once there we go. Got to find the little graphic first. Man Cave scores. This is where Jeff shows his childish side, all those crazy things he collects for his Man Cave. And with it being really hype right now, I'm talking about Elizabeth Shue because she's expected to appear in season 3. Of course, it is Danny LaRusso.
Was she in the original movies?
Yes, she was. She was in the first one. And of course, all the ladies go nuts for Mr. Johnny Lawrence. So we got Johnny and Daniel, the Karate Kid.
That's cool. You're on top of that one, huh?
Green Kid. Okay, that's enough of that. That was pretty fun.
Playing with the toys.
Sure is. One more item I got to show on Man Cave scores. The reason why I'm showing this is because I couldn't believe the explosion. And people were telling me about this. And I used to be a big collector back in the days of sports cards, and memorabilia, and fell off it. They were mass produced. They became worth nothing. And then all these new rage came out of sports cards. And like the bigger, like younger stars of today are worth tons of money. Matter of fact, a Giannis card. Giannis, of course, from Milwaukee. I'm not going to try and say his last name. Atta Tinkapupu, however you say it. But anyway, Giannis is like the #1 basketball player in the country. There was a card of his released, and it was one of one. So there was only one made. That card recently sold the other day, Jewel, for $1.8 million. One sports card. And the story behind it was somebody bought it on eBay for, I think they said $2,000 years ago. And the guy bought it, complained on eBay, kind of yelled at the seller, sent the card back because it had a little yellow stain on the back. And that was that guy's revenge. That same card with the yellow on the back that he took back, he sold for $1.8 million. Anyway, so I'm being told you can't find sports cards anywhere. You just can't find them the way you used to. You're not going to find cards in the store boxes. I actually found this the other day in Target. It's the Panini series by Donruss. 88 cards coming into a box. Russell Wilson is on the cover. And they're football cards. And these are football cards where they have rookies in them and special editions. So there could be a card in here worth several thousands of dollars. So I'll have to open them up and let you know. I don't want to do it live on the air because if I open it up, there's nothing good in there. I look like a jackass. But, $20. And it was crazy, Drew, because there was so little. There was a little bit of baseball, a couple of these, and there was like this father and son, and a couple of the people, and they were just tearing the aisle apart. Like the fact there's any sports card in the store was making people nuts. Can you believe it? Can you believe that craze?
No, that's wild. It's back. So if you have a rookie card, Like, is it a new? Whoa, hello. Is it like a new version, or like do you have to have the original print? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, not really. Like I said, there's rookies. Like we use an example of somebody that's new to the NFL. The kid Joe Burrow, that's quarterback for Cincinnati. Now there'll be cards of his, and all different card companies will make different ones. But there's some that are special, like Spectrum or Prism, or some that it's like an autograph or jersey piece. Now some of those can be worth already hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Brian Harvey's right. It does depend on a lot. There's a lot of factors, the rarity of a certain card. But like I said, right now, the younger stars, people are buying them up, and it's crazy. One of baseball's big time stars, Mike Trout, currently holds the record. One of his cards just sold for $4 million. Yeah,
what?
$4 million for Mike Trout card. I didn't believe it, but I've got some friends and family that are back into card collecting, the big time, the stuff they're paying hundreds of dollars for, thousands of dollars for. And like I said, some of them could be up to millions of dollars. Insane.
Well, over the weekend, it's funny you mentioned, because I found out I actually have something of value that some people might have, but not know that it's worth something. I have the original Little Mermaid from 1991 or 2 with the original artwork on the cover. Do you know what's on that?
The one with the penis-looking castle thing.
The penis castle. Yeah, I have it.
That is an extremely rare piece now, and it is worth a lot of money.
I know, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no, it's probably newer. But no, it was mine from when I was a kid. It's not in the best condition, and I've seen people sell it on eBay for like $9,000. I'm not getting that. So I don't know. I don't know how to sell it. Like, I would like to sell it. I mean, if a storm or something blows in and we have to watch a VHS, we could watch that. But I have a ton of Disney tapes. And she's watched that movie so much. So yeah, I would like, if anyone knows how to sell it. Yeah, let me know.
I know how to sell it. There's also a site called, I believe it's Mercari. I don't know if I'm saying it right. MERCARI, Mercari. That's where I'll buy some of my figures and cards from, etc. You can put it on there, start an account, and you can sell it there, and you'd have to ship it. Or you can sell it on eBay and let people bid on it and have it go through the roof. You'd even put a determined amount that you want, like a minimum bid that you'll accept on eBay. And if it doesn't sell for that amount, you pull it off. But I got to tell you, even in rough condition, that's something that people are after, because that's gone.
It's
never
pretty
coming back.
rare.
Yeah.
Even in the shitty condition that it's in. I mean, $200 for a freaking VHS, that's unreal. So yeah. I don't know if anyone out there wants it. Give me that bid.
That stuff, right? I mean, you can contact us at the yoshow215@gmail.com with your bids. Care of Little Mermaid Dick.
They said you're supposed to put, I don't know if I should put this out there. They said you should put band artwork or original cover, or there was another word for band.
Censored.
Censored.
I kind of get you. Yeah, but because there's a lot of
it is like, it's apparent. It's out there.
And there's a lot of.
Oh, I have a picture. No, I won't show the picture. It's nasty.
A lot of
Disney.
a lot of Disney VHS and all, like original copies, go for a lot of money, and you really can't find them. Like I said, once they're gone, they're gone. And this one especially, because it was such a big deal about the shape of this castle.
Yeah, and do you remember the Beanie Baby craze? I collected Beanie Babies like no other. My aunt did, and man, I think there's maybe 5 that are worth anything now. But people swore they were going to be worth something.
I agree. My mom collected them. She had tons of them. I mean, tons. So, one thing I did land, Jewel Tatey, I was actually going to bitch about this before I came on, but then I got another message later on to make me realize that I'm in good shape. Do you ever search Facebook Marketplace? And, I go on Marketplace a lot. Mm-hmm. You can sometimes find rare stuff cheap or free stuff, whatever. And a woman was giving away this free table. It was like a Raymore and Flanagan table, and it's nice. And she said free, pick up in Langhorne, which is close to me. And I just wanted it for the man cave to put more collectibles up. And I messaged her, and it took a while for her to get back. And she's like, well, somebody else is supposed to pick it up. If not, it's yours, which is I normally get from that. That's normally my luck. So right as I sat down to eat my Gleason's cheesesteak, 6700 Mill Creek Road in Levittown, PA, Gleason's Bar. As I sat down to eat, I got the message that said, table's available. If you're still interested, pick it up tomorrow. So tomorrow, we get a nice free table to line up the stuff in the man cave.
Oh, nice. I love it.
I love it. I love free stuff. I'm all about free stuff.
You know what's free a lot of times on Find Mutt?
I suppose he means the Disney ones, or is he talking about sports cards still? Because I don't know. They're both hard to find.
Yeah. Oh, people, see our friend?
Yeah.
Stop. People give away pianos for free all the time. It's just like, you got to pick it up because
Yeah.
it's 1,000 pounds.
Exactly. Depends on what you're picking on. Like this, I'm pretty sure me and my wife can carry. It doesn't look all that big.
My
Hello,
niece
Bridget.
my niece just got this beautiful electric organ, and it's like weighted. So like when you play it, you have to like, and it sounds just like an organ. And she's got the microphone. So, I was over there like singing and playing the piano. She's amazing at it. But they have this old piano. It's like, damn, with a little tuning. Like I wish I have, an apartment here. I can't bring a big heavy piano up. My other sister actually has my parents' old piano. But love that thing. I would love to have a real. Did you see Eddie Vedder and his organ? He's like pipe organ.
No.
All right.
No, I didn't know. But me and my parents still have a piano. It's funny that like my wife's grandparents have a piano. My parents have one at the house that my brother inherited, whatever. It's funny, every time little kids see piano, there's like an obsession with little kids. They start banging on the piano.
Yeah. Joey's learning. She knows 2 songs so far.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, it's more than I know at my old age. I've been bitting and piecing together a drum set. Our friends Rob and Jenny, he had one, and she's like, clean it up and find a home for it. And he's like, I'm going to throw the thing out. So I'm like, I'll throw it out. Bring it over here. So I got some pieces and took some drum lessons. Would love to finish learning the drums. I got that foot problem thing where I can't keep my foot still.
Yeah, get Kenny over. I'll teach you.
Kenny. Speaking of which, I saw Kenny this past weekend. We did a beer event at the opening of a local gun store. It's Lugerman Gun Shop. Lugerman, Lugerman. It's up here in Langhorne on East Lincoln Highway, behind Reedman Car Lot, I guess the best way to look at it. It's they're gunsmiths. They sell guns, repairs, artillery, that kind of stuff. But a great turnout for a great new company. And Kenny from St. Ricketts Show, Kenny Shuffle, was there with his gorgeous little daughter, really cute girl, and he's just such a great guy. And the responsible parent. I'm like, can I get you a beer? Because we had the beer there, and Loso was there. He's like, no, it's daddy-daughter day, and no thanks, I'm good. So, yeah, I mean,
that's awesome. That's so cool. He came out.
Oh, it was awesome. I love that guy. And my wife's like, oh my God, my wife tried to talk his ear off, and he was bobbing and weaving because, once she gets to talking, it's rough. Kind of hard to get away once she starts, but she means well.
That's so cool.
It's good stuff. But that was very cool. So congratulations to the guys over at Lugerman. We wish you great success. Again, if you have even a concern of like a gun jam or a gun issue or need our ammo or anything of that nature, Lugerman, they're over, like I said, East Lincoln Highway here in Langhorne. Great bunch of guys. Check them out. Why not?
We love supporting local businesses.
We are. I love supporting local businesses. Like, again, today, Gleason's and, get out to local places and local stores. And we shout them out here on our show in exchange for, I don't know, eating there and paying full price. Not Not Gleason's though. Pat, my man, we've discussed the beer.
Yeah.
We got Loso beer there soon, and he wants to have the Yo Show there. So Pat, I don't mind doing PR work for you, buddy. We love you, man. You're a good dude, and we wish a lot of success to Gleason's. Jackie Newman, one of his great bartenders out there, somebody who I've gotten to know. It's a great staff. It's a great place.
It was super fun, and they hooked us up with a drink, and it was much appreciated.
Yeah, Pat hooked us up with a drink on the house. You can't beat that. Never beat a free drink ever.
No,
So thanks for that as well. A couple topics I meant to do. We ran a little behind on topics, so let's get to them real quick. Thank you very much, Ray Coleman. Say congratulations getting the beer into Chicky and Pete's. Thanks, man. That's big. We're so excited, and it's also at Golden Company, Ray, where I know sometimes you perform, and hopefully you perform there again. We'd like to come down and check you out.
Yeah, let us know when you're going to be there. It's awesome.
In Rockledge, I like it. Couple sad stories. Jewel, one of the great all-time NFL legends, kind of a shortened career, one of the great players. Running back Gale Sayers passed away today at the age of 77 years old. Like I said, a very short career, but an amazing career. Gale probably could have been maybe the best running back of all time. Tremendous talent, superior athlete. Today at 77, he passed away. So condolences to the family and surviving members of Gale Sayers' family. Of course, another tough loss today. Wrestling legend, the Road Warrior Hawk. Of course, Animal died years back, but from WCW and WWE, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, Hawk passed away today as well. So rest in peace to Hawk. Tough loss on both ends. Two very talented men in their field. Hawk was a great character. Used to love the Road Warriors as a kid. Great stuff. So rest in peace, of course, to both of those great men, Gale Sayers and Road Warrior Hawk. Something on the good news side, one of the pioneers of female music, maybe the pioneer of female rock music. Yesterday was her birthday. Very happy birthday to Joan Jett, Jewel Tatey. I don't know about you. I'm going to start real quick, and we'll jump into you because I've been talking way too much. Huge Joan Jett fan. Love Joan Jett. Love Joan Jett and the Blackhawks. Black Hearts. Love what she did for female music. Of course, started as the Runaways. Fought hard because in reading her story, it was impossible to get anybody to buy that album as far as a record company. They finally got it on, and Joan's still going strong all these years. Jewel Tatey.
Yeah, did you ever see that movie with
No.
Oh, it's good.
No.
I own it. Yeah. It's like the only movie I like. Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
It's a good movie. And Dakota Fanning plays Sherry. But yeah, how can you not love Joan Jett?
Love Joan Jett, and of course the great Sherry Curry. Lita Ford was a member of that band. Speaking of which, Jewel, happy anniversary on the day we found out. Happy anniversary the day we thought we were going to have Lita Ford on our program. It was on this day that we got a yes that turned out to be a very painful no. So happy anniversary, Jewel, on
Jeff, I didn't want to say it, but you actually made. He's like, oh yeah, it's the Yo Show Day on October 9th because Lita Ford is going to be on that night, and it's Yo Show Day, National Yo Show Day. Yeah.
That's coming up on a couple Fridays from now.
October 9th. October 9th is goddamn Yo Show Day, so that's what it is.
God damn it. So Ray Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, apparently November 7th.
November 7th.
We'll be back at Gall and Company Malt House in Rockledge. We'll be there, Ray. Yes, I know Debbie was yesterday was your birthday. I'm pretty sure I wish you happy birthday, Debbie.
Happy
on Facebook.
birthday.
I hope I did. Debbie, we were just mentioning earlier from the Bucks County Food Drive and all kind of great projects that she does. And we talked on the phone the other night. Deb called and we're talking about beer. We're talking about the food drive and all her great projects she does. So Deb's awesome individual, great human being. So thank you for coming on the show. And, of course, a happy birthday to you as well. You and the amazing Joan Jett, two awesome women sharing the same birthday. It's excellent.
What is it? Is it Libra season? It's Virgo season.
I don't know.
What day is it?
What?
I don't know.
Yesterday was the 22nd. Today's the 23rd.
Oh,
Wednesday,
it's
of course.
It's Libra. Libra season.
Libra season. A couple of quick little stories before we go down our list of upcoming guests. Teachers speaking out against parents' behavior. This little learn from home thing. Teachers are complaining that parents are walking around half naked, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, using foul language, fighting in front of the children. Joel, Teddy, you're home sometimes where your kid is homeschooling. How hard is it to control yourself?
I was more so in the spring where it was a little asynchronous. So, yeah, it's my family that has to be quiet while Joey's on the thing. Because my family's loud. Like, come on now. But they have to tone it down. It's hard, you know. You're trying to get through the day, and the teacher has to hear a lot of stuff they don't want to hear. I mean, that's just a given. Now, in the spring, you know, when it was kind of do it at your own pace in the day, I got a call from Joey's principal, and she's like, something happened today, and I have to talk to you. And I got a voicemail. Like, I totally missed the call. I'm like, dude, what happened on camera? Like, what do I need to know? Like, did Joey do something? Did they see me do something? Like, I was freaking out. I was in a full sweat. I'm like, what could it be? And I'm calling my family. I'm like, what do you think it is? Like, I don't know. Because the principal was busy, you know? So she called me back. She actually gave me her personal number. She's like, don't tell anyone my personal number. I'm like,
yeah, we're good.
Joey's in a different school. So if you're trying to find out what it is, like, she's in a different school this year. But she's like, yeah, so during one of the videos, like the meetings, it's not funny. It's not funny. If it was me, I would die. I would die. But the teacher forgot that the camera was on and changed her shirt in front of like the entire class.
Oh my God.
Like, it was at the end. Like, she's like, oh, F this shit, you know, take off her shirt. But I heard it was, you know, they didn't see too much, and only a couple people were on the call, but they just had to give like a full out disclaimer.
Oh my God.
She's sorry. She's getting penalized.
Man.
We're very, very sorry for scarring your children.
With the senior high school and 8th grade, I feel like I'm in the principal's office. I had to sit on my couch quietly. Yeah. I mean, because a lot of the parents, thank you, Jen, by the way, for the comment. That's awesome. A lot of parents are like, you know, sometimes I forget. And I forget with my wife. Like, my wife will be on a work call, and I'll be singing, like in my goofy voice, singing in a goofy voice. I'll be like scratching my nuts or doing baby talk to the dog. Like, come here, Emmy, boo, 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 boo. And everyone's like, what the hell's going on there? You forget.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
why, you know, you have to get little stickers. Like, I have Pluto today. You just put that bad baby right on front of your camera whenever you're away from it. But that really doesn't help when it's live and it's all day long. Like, it's hard. Teachers, you're going to see some shit. I'm sorry. If a mom is walking around with a goddamn glass of Chardonnay at 12 p.m., don't judge her. She's trying to get through just like you.
I agree. I don't have children. And if I did, and I walk by and my penis happened to be out, I want a teacher to rate my penis. Don't be mad. Be like, ugh. Be like, it's like an 8.
Too much.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Freeney gets an 8. I'm being graded also. It's school, damn it. Grade me. Grade my penis.
I mean, like, I don't know what I would do if I was in school at this time. Like, it's just so crazy for everyone.
I mean, a girl that I'm acquaintance with on Facebook. She's friends of friends, and we all know a lot of the same people. And she posted the other day that she was standing in the view of the camera while her son was doing schoolwork in a bikini. Like,
totally acceptable.
that's great. It's absolutely hilarious. I kind of wish I was either a teacher or in school. That's great stuff. So, watch your manners, parents.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm getting the funny stories too, like just the live stuff. Like,
I mean, that makes for its own little excellent TV program. rash of NFL injuries this past weekend. Knee injuries seem to be very much on the docket. Some of the big names in the league: Saquon Barkley from New York Giants, Nick Bosa from San Francisco 49ers, Christian McCaffrey with an ankle injury. Some of the big names are suffering injuries at a rapid rate, Jewel Tatey, and I pretty much know why, in my opinion. The lack of exhibitions, the lack of practice due to COVID, and these guys really haven't had stretched out. Do you think it's a bad idea to let the season start without any practice whatsoever? And obviously the injuries are huge right now.
I mean, any athlete will tell you, like, practice is so important. And once again, everyone's just rocked this year. Like, yeah, you could be training all lockdown, but you're not having those NFL workouts.
Right.
Like, yeah, you could stick to it, but you're not going to do it as good. You might slack off a little bit, take a break, but it's got to be tough, Injuries in sports are like, I feel for them so much. Like, that has to be the worst thing ever. So, yeah, it just get in there, stretch, and try not to get hurt.
Yeah, it's got to be tough. And they said, you cannot simulate the speed or the contact of an actual game.
Yeah.
You're kind of going without that practice, kind of going in a raw, right? It's kind of like going to a boxing match without, like, breaking a sweat. Like, you walk in dry and you're going to get hit and you're going to get hurt. But they said some of the big names right now are missing it. I'm a guy that's avid in fantasy football, so you're scrambling to get all these backups, etc. But be careful out there, guys. It's been pretty harsh right now, and knee injuries like that can ruin careers. So a lot of these guys backed up against the wall. Joel, here's one. Only a woman would do this, because I don't think if it was the other way around, I don't think a husband would do this. But a pregnant woman was forced to jump into the water and save her husband after he was bitten by a shark. Husband went into the water, do a little deep sea kind of diving thing. He immediately felt the pain of a big bite from a shark. His wife jumps in and drags him to safety, pregnant, of course. Jewel, are you loving anybody that much to go up against a shark?
Yeah, I mean, how much do I love my husband here? Seriously, though, I was going to say, when you're pregnant, your senses are so heightened. You're just, like, aware. You're like an animal. And you're just like, I remember being, and it was dead of winter, and I was in this parking lot, and, like, I could just sense people around me, and I was on highlight. It's a real thing, man. I know that, you have crazy hormones, but you have, like, awareness. So she just jumped into action, protecting her own. She loved that man very much. I think I would do the same. I think I'm loyal like that.
Maybe either that, or he's got no life insurance whatsoever, and she panicked about that.
Oh my God.
I love those people, and it happened years back. I had an issue where I was attacked by a dog, and I'm not really getting too far into it. But people said about the dog, and people say about a shark. Well, all you got to do is punch him in the nose. Who the hell is going to think to punch it in the nose?
I would. Sharks are scary, man. I'll mess with the sea. That is, like, my worst fear. Is the sea.
So Jen Himes just announced that her husband's going to die. If he had a husband, the poor guy's going to die. So future men who are out there courting Jen Himes, just know that if you ever fall in the water, you're good as dead.
Would you jump in the water if your significant other was bitten by a shark and you were pregnant?
To, like, save them?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
it's another ride or die bitch right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Duck, the intern in the house. Good evening, Duck. Again, thank you. I know you were out earlier. You said hi to us earlier, and I missed you because I got all wrapped up in my Jennifer Taylor geekness. But we love Duck here on the show. Duck, by the way, congratulations on that awesome piece of artwork that you did today. Jewel showed it to me. It's amazing. I heard it had a little. Heard it had a little snafu though.
A little snap. And I'm the asshole that pointed it out. But look at this.
But look at that work. She did spell Led Zeppelin wrong. That's okay, though, because that is amazing work.
Thank you. I know, right?
It really is. Not only is she like our intern we make fun of and pick on, but she's an amazing talent. She's a lovely young woman who just refuses to show the world her face. Me included. I still don't know what she looks like. couldn't pick her out of a crowd in a million years. But we do love you. We love you for your hard work, and we appreciate you being part of our little program here.
You know she's an excellent singer too, along with being an amazing instrumentalist.
It's funny, speaking of which, not to take anything away from Ducks and never heard her sing, but did you see this new show coming out on TBS? Where judges predict if you're a good singer just by kind of looking at you.
Looking at you?
They look at you and they
That's
see
bullshit. Susan Boyle, hello.
Right, like they were supposed to guess by the looks of you if you're a good singer. Now, to me, this is the end of creative programming as we know it. But
seriously, the masked singer, it's so stupid because they're like muffled and it's not their real voice. Like, I hate that show so much.
I do too, and I really don't like the sound of this thing. Like, there's a guy on there, and like one of the things, they're like, this nerdy little guy with tattoos, he ain't singing. How do you know?
You don't know. Look at American Idol. Shut up. I hate that concept.
What concept? What did I miss?
Like, you could tell if someone's a good singer by the way they look. That's bullshit. How can you see their vocal abilities?
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of odd-looking characters I'd never imagined would be able to sing. And you said it yourself. Susan Boyle, was it?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Or Grace Vanderwall.
Or Art Vandelay.
Yeah.
Like, looking at me, you'd be like, I know that guy can't sing, but I am a fantastic singer. Yeah. By fantastic, I mean able to chase small animals away. Jewel, I know you want to talk Emmys a little bit. Time's a little tight, so if you can give us like a 2-minute. If not, don't worry about it. We can always follow it up next week because we still got to announce a great list of guests coming up the next few weeks here on the Yo Show. So I'll tell you what, we'll do the guest list while you look up your Emmy stuff.
Oh. Okay.
And because we do pictures and literature as well. Next week on the show, September 30th. Great guest. Actor, director Michael Sequoia will be here with us. Another one of the Jessica Katz PR group people. Michael is a great actor. There he is right there. All different little looks. He got like an Italian look. He's got an Irish look. Looks like a tough guy. A lot of good movie credits and some new stuff he's into. So we'll get into that next Wednesday night. Actor and especially director. It says directed. Because you know how well I'm done. Michael Sequoia will be on the show with us. October 7th, we have a lovely recording artist. Another one of our Canadian artists. We're very excited. Miss Robin Benedict is going to be on the show. That's her right there. She's got some new originals out that she's going to send our way. Got a lot of requests for this young lady from some of the Canadian artists we had on before, and their fans. They're like, hey, how about Robin Benedict? So we contacted her, and she said she'd be happy to be on. She looks like a lot of fun, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a great time. Very excited for that. And that'll be on October the 7th. Speaking of musicians that we love, coming back to the show, Joel, Our Love, October 14th. It is the local girl, the super talented Jody Valentine. And Jody's music is exploding on downloads and streams, getting 10, 20, 30,000 listens in just like a week's time. Too Soon was a song we debuted here. Last week we played her other hit, Blue Eyes. She's got a brand new song coming out. We're trying so damn hard to make the world premiere here again on the Yo Show. Jody Valentine, a sweet, beautiful young lady, will be on our show August 14th. Another terrific artist with an excellent voice and a great look, Rachel Green, will be here October 21st. Another musician getting ready to debut a brand new song. We're trying again to make a world premiere here. She says she will do the best she can. She's had a whole great new photo shoot and spread for new album cover. It looks amazing. She's awesome. Her voice is outstanding. Check her out if you can on YouTube. Check out Rachel Green or find her on Facebook. Rachel Green Sings. She's awesome. She's going to be singing for us October 21st. October 28th is supposed to be our Halloween edition. We're kicking some ideas around, Jewel. We may change it to a couple of days later. We're trying to do a live program. Not sure how it's going to work out yet. But anyway, that's coming up. And we've got guests on the possibles for November. Jeff negotiating some things, trying to get some people back for November. Jessica Mars, who was supposed to be on last week, is a possible for November as well. So we'd love to get her on here. A tremendous actress and an awesome individual. We'd like to get her back on as well. IOU her a date. So we're trying to get that back on the show. Now that I got all that laid out, took less time than I had. Jewel Tatey is going to kick up and talk about the Emmys. Jewel.
I'm so excited for all the guests coming on. It's such a great lineup we have going on. Yeah, the Emmys were held. Semi from home people were trying to do it. But Zendaya, she was the youngest actress to win Best Actress lead. And she's amazing. That show is so good. Euphoria on HBO. Insane. But my favorite show, Schitt's Creek, took home 9 Emmys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dan Levy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's so sweet. And he's Eugene Levy's son. And he wrote and directed and produced like the whole show along with his dad. His sister's even in the show. But they swept it. They just swept the comedy category in all. And it was great. It was touching. What else? Oh, and he gave a nod to Insecure, which is one of the really funny shows that you could care less, Jeff.
No, I was trying to say that. I don't watch award shows. I don't. We know that. Not for nothing. I just don't.
I just like people winning that are so deserving. And Insecure and Schitt's Creek and Euphoria, that's some of the best writing I've seen in a long time. And I love HBO and Showtime and all those big networks. And these shows were just great. Pop has been great. And they gave, like, Netflix just exploded Schitt's Creek. So I'm glad it's getting the recognition it deserves because the whole show is great.
It was a good show. I watched a little bit of it. I actually did. There was another show. See, my wife starts and stops these shows, and I start getting in them, and then we cut them off. But Schitt's Creek is a funny show. But that's now, if I'm not mistaken, because I watched a little bit of it, wasn't Fred Willard on that show at one point before he passed?
No, you know what he was on? That one with Steve Carell, Space Force.
Not familiar with that one. I thought he was on Schitt's Creek. I may have been mistaken.
I don't think so because I just rewatched it. But he's on Space Force. He's Steve Carell's father.
Oh, okay.
He actually, I think he died during the
Yeah.
filming. So love Fred Willard. But he was on a movie with Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, Mighty Wind. Excellent.
That's
movie.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. That's where I knew they did something
Kerplunk.
together.
Yeah,
Right.
he's awesome.
That's actually a very good movie as well.
Yeah.
And they did another one. It was a Best in Show. I think it was like that dog
Oh, I've never seen that.
one. It's very funny. It's
Cool.
it's a dog one. I'm pretty sure they're all in that as well. Great actors, of course. Rest in peace. That's along that line of Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, Fred Willard, guys like Martin Mull. Just like hilarious actors like that.
Mhm.
And so I'm glad Schitt's Creek won a lot because it's kind of an underdog show.
Yeah.
To be winning those kind of awards. And I remember, like I said, I don't really watch, but you go through Facebook and everyone's like, Schitt's Creek again. And I'm like, wow, this show's like really mopping up. That's pretty awesome.
It's got heart. It makes you laugh. What else can you want?
That's what I like. I like shows that are like most television shows are totally blown out of the water. God, it's so fake. And even some of like the dumb ones are like, oh, it's so fake. But some of them are just so dumb and fake that it's hilarious. And I like stuff like that. I like stuff that's outlandish So congratulations to Schitt's Creek and a great Emmy update show. Next year I may actually have to watch. We could do it here on the show. My bad. I'm very sorry. A great program tonight, Jewel. A huge thanks once again goes out to the gorgeous Jennifer Taylor. A lot of places to check her out. Still got the scroll at the bottom. Instagram at Jennifer Taylor Online. Facebook at Jennifer Taylor. It's one of those kind of commercialized pages. 11,000 plus followers. I don't blame you. IMDb to get the great arsenal of work from Jennifer Taylor. And, of course, her website, www.jennifertayloronline.com. She's very private, so don't send her messages. Try to be her buddy. We're her buddies. Doesn't mean you're going to be her buddy. Now, we love her. She's fantastic. And We appreciate her coming out. I love that thing where she said her husband just, her husband's good with her being the face, as long as nobody really knows the name. Brian Harvey, thanks so much. Brian said, great show. Brian, we didn't even thank you for coming on last week. I wanted to do that. We had no guests. And near the end of the night, Brian was kind of itching about some things in life. And I'm like, I messaged him like, dude, come on. Let's have some drinks. And he came on. It was awesome. And he drank us under the table. And I felt like shit the next day. And that's what it's all about. Brian's like one of our top fans here. We really appreciate it, dude. He said that Jennifer was incredible. She certainly was. And we were incredible, too. Jewel, we were incredible, as always.
To you, sir. I also have his prize because he won the trivia contest. So, yeah, I have the Titanic sign. That'll be delivered after Jeff signs it.
Yeah, Jeff's got to sign it, too. And I've got a bunch of Jewel merchandise over here.
Yeah.
I still have her Brianna Dale calendar. I still have her autographed CD from Lilith
I'll just give that to Brian. I'm sure he'll like that more. Brianna Dale.
I've got your socks. So we've got a lot of exchanges to do. We're the couple that sleeps together without sleeping together because we seem to be collecting each other's shit. Brian said, thanks for the opportunity and the prize. Dude, it takes a lot to get on the Yo show. I shouldn't even be on the show, and I'm here. So it goes to show you. It's great stuff, but we appreciate it. We like stuff like that. We did it during our charity marathon too, and our man Richard Grake, and he was out getting drunk.
Yeah.
He was out getting drunk in his driveway, and his wife's like, "Oh yeah, you gonna start barbecuing sometime today?" And he's like, "Gotta go."
His kids behind him, like,
yeah, his kids behind
Daddy, what are you doing?
Oh man, husbands and wives arguing right here on the Yo Show. That's what makes it great. Couple minutes to the end of the show. Again, big thanks to the people at Loso Brewing Company, including myself, www.losobrewingcompany.com. Big thank you to St. Ricketts for the theme song. You can find St. Ricketts, the whole word St. Ricketts, at www.stricketts.com. The theme song is "Where Fire Cannot Burn." I got a lot of other great songs out there and more stuff coming up after the COVID shutdown. Check them out as well. Don't forget, next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, Michael Sequoia will be our very special guest. Pretty sure I should learn to say his name probably before then, because I've already said it 6 different ways tonight, Jewel. Makes the guests feel more at home to say their name right, doesn't it?
I should say so. Sorry.
I had easy night to say Jennifer Taylor. Trust me, in the beginning, it took me a while to even get Jewel Teddy right. I always thought it was Jewel Teddy, Jewel Teddy.
Shut up.
I know. No, I had to learn it. I really did. I even said it, like, how do you pronounce your last name? Because I just knew I was going to get it wrong. So,
yeah.
My brother still gets it wrong. He calls you Jewel TT. I'm like, it's not TT.
Oh, I'm sure that's what he calls it.
He does. He's like, Jewel TT. I'm like, it's not TT. She's not a little fly. She's a tatey, not a TT.
It's a TT, isn't it? TT fly?
TT fly. I think it's TSC or TSI TT fly. All right, so we're at the 10 o'clock time, and when we go over, some of the websites cut us off because we're not supposed to be a 2-hour program. So I think of that. So anyway, thank you again, everybody that tuned in. We had a great audience tonight. Thank you as all for the comments, and thank you for people who are new to our show. Make sure you check us out every Wednesday night. We'd love you for it. For the beautiful and the amazing sister from another Mr. Jewel Teddy, I am Jeff the Shark Perini, reminding everybody out there, it's simple. Don't be a douche.
And be nice to people, even the shitty ones.
Even the shitty ones. We take you out right now with the sound of St. Ricketts, "What Fire Cannot Burn." I'll see you next week right here on the Yo Show. Is that on? No, it's not. Okay, so
I heard a little bit.
We pause with "Fire Cannot Burn" by St. Ricketts. We go back to the screen share.
We'll just sing it out for you.
Oh, no, we won't. That might be a little better. Start from the beginning. Blow up the screen so you don't see my face. And now we take you out with "What Fire Cannot Burn" from St. Ricketts. Kind of suck at this. We'll see you next week.
of it just to reach new heights of love. So I'm pulling me